We're just checking the mic real quick.
No worries.
What are you listening to?
Whatever's on the station right now.
I like that I'm so much lower than you. You feel like
Oh,
you're
really?
like- you feel like you're in a high chair or like a beach lifeguard.
Well, I lifted it up because if I don't, then I feel like I'm
Yeah.
down here.
I definitely feel very casual.
Yeah.
Do you guys need me to check? Need me to talk about anything? Well, I hope you get a musical act or two in here. That's my favorite part of what you do.
Well, we could only have like maybe one or two. Make it a little two-piece, three-piece type thing.
I used to produce a Tejano talk show in this room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was pretty easy. And
Yeah.
they would do this thing where they would show a short video of like a band performing at a Mexican restaurant or something. And when they do that, they would clear out all the stuff and then they'd set the band up. So it
Yeah.
took like 5 minutes or whatever. And then there'd be a live band. And you
Yeah.
would talk to them standing up the rest of the show.
It makes it a little more professional. Makes it look, instead of it just being a bunch of guys standing around with a microphone.
Yeah.
Either way works, but it's just I like it,
Yeah.
you know, and it helps the band when the band is in that big studio, you know, dude.
Take a sip, take a rip. Once you live, just double click. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Daddy G Show. guys, it's the Big Daddy G Show, G Show. It's the Daddy G Show, G Show. Yeah, now let's go. Now boy, what you know? Man, he made me laugh so hard I hit the floor. It's the Big Daddy G Show, G Show. It's the Daddy G Show, G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Yeah, it's the Big Daddy G Show. Yeah, now what you know? It's the Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. He make you laugh so hard you hit the floor. What it is, it's the Big Daddy G Show.
He's coming up, and you'll be 21, huh? Hi, kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. I think we're on. Are we on, Tyrone? I guess we are on. Hi. I am a little medicated today, believe it or not, and I'm glad that you guys are here. Let me, I'm not sure what we're doing here. Anyway, we're trying to see, I'm just trying to see if the show's on our website, and I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna try to refresh that and let's see what happens.
Tyrone said he was having a couple issues with it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. There we are. Yay! Let's see. Ta-da! It's trying to catch up with me. I'm dancing.
Yeah, it's just stream delay. You're fine.
See, folks, I'm trying to see if we can get our show on our website. Let's see. Weird. We're on here somewhere. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm Big Daddy G, and we are in a smaller studio than we usually are today. And I believe there's like a 6 second delay on our website. But I see it. It's working, Tyrone, on the website.
Yay!
Dun here. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining us. It's going to be a really cool show today. We have a very short person that's going to be on the show today, and he's going to tell you about stuff that he's got going on in his life. Let me take a real quick sip here. So my neighbor gave me these cough drops today, and he said one of them has a drop of LSD in it. So he said he couldn't remember how he marked it. So I've been eating all the cough drops, and a few minutes ago I ate the last one. So we'll see what happens. So it could be pretty interesting. Okay, so we're just going to talk about a few things that are going on. Today is November the 7th, and the year is 2023. I am the 7th child in my family. And I never knew that until somebody pointed that out to me in an interview we did in Houston, that I was the 7th child. My mother's favorite number was 7. So anyway, a couple of things I wanted to bring up today. Again, today is November the 7th, 2023. These are things that are going on in our world today. Hopefully you will be seeing this episode in about 50 years, and you will see what we were going through at the time. Right now, in a town in Tennessee called Murfreesboro, it's Rutherford County, they have banned public homosexuality. They have also started banning some books in the libraries and stuff. So
For legal purposes, specifically,
yeah.
that is a city ordinance.
yeah, it's a city ordinance, which is illegal, but they're going to try to push it. And what is going on in Tennessee? What are you what are you guys thinking? What are you doing? Okay, so Ed Cox, I can't pronounce his name. Cox? It's Koch. He was the ex-mayor of New York City. So he was totally against, this was during the AIDS pandemic, he was totally against helping people that were suffering from the disease. He made sure to block funding for different clinics to help people that had AIDS, and those people ended up dying. A lot of them ended up dying, and a lot of my friends ended up dying of AIDS because they did not get the help that they should have gotten. My friend Mark was in the military. The military, he was in the Army. The military decided to cut him off of medications because they said, well, he's going to die anyway, so why are we wasting the medications? So my friend Mark ended up getting into selling drugs so that he could buy his medication. And this is how we treat our veterans. So that has to change. But anyway, Ed Koch was the mayor of New York City a few years ago. Always talked bad about the gay people. Always talked about, you know, how they don't belong, da 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 da. Turns out when he died, his husband, I said it right, Ed Koch's husband, you know, came out and said that, you know, Ed Koch was gay. And here he is trying to keep the gay people from, you know, not just gay people, but anybody who got the HIV or AIDS. You know, he did everything he could to make their lives harder. And then it turned out he was gay. So the point I'm trying to make is, you know, in Tennessee, a lot of these people that come up with these laws or these ordinances, majority of them are gay, but they're in the closet. And so they don't want anybody to know, so they do everything they can to hurt, you know, the gay community when they shouldn't be. So, so stop that, Tennessee. You're a beautiful state, man. I've been there a few times. It's a beautiful state, beautiful people. Never had an issue there. And it's sad to see, it's sad to hear that they're talking about stuff like this in Tennessee in this day and age. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing is, if you're stressing a lot, you know, like I said earlier, I'm very medicated right now. I went through something really horrible. I've told you guys about it. I'm going to tell you again. If you are 50 years old or older, please go get the shingles shot. I'm sure that there are some, if you can't afford it, I think they're like I think it's like $114 for 2 shots. You get one, and then 6 months later you get another shot. So please, folks, I went through that. I'm telling you, you don't want to go through shingles. So please go get the shot. You can get them at HEB here. Talk to your doctor, find out if you should have it earlier, you know, than 50. But whatever you do, man, it's a horrible, horrible thing to go through. And I've said this a couple of times, that I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish that kind of pain on anybody, even my exes. So I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were talking about my dermatologist. I can't remember his name now. He's already passed on. But Quincy was telling me about having some allergy problems. And I told him about the problems that I was having with allergies when I first moved to Austin, because I'm from a small town in South Texas and there's no cedar trees down there. And when I got here, the cedar fever was horrible. And I'm talking about months and months and months I went through. The watery eyes, the running nose, the coughing, the I can't get out of bed, you know, da 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 da. And my dermatologist said to me, we are just 2 guys sitting here talking. I'm not a doctor, you're not a patient, we're just 2 guys talking. And he said, get some honey from a local beekeeper and try to get the raw honey, not the pasteurized honey. And he said just start putting it in your tea, your coffee, instead of sugar. And what happens is you beat the allergy from the inside out instead of the outside in, and you're taking pills. This way you beat it from the inside out. Dude, I'm telling you, it works. This is not a maybe, might work, might not work. It works. So if you're dealing with allergies in the Austin area and maybe in other, states around the world even, if you're dealing with it, try to find a beekeeper within 50 miles of where you live and buy their honey and start eating that. And I'm telling you, you will get better. One thing I noticed, and I know y'all are going to think I'm nuts, but this is my cell phone. It looks horrible. I have another one at the house, but this is my cell phone, and I carry it in my pocket, my left pocket. And for some reason, my left leg was going numb, just on my lap. It was going numb, and I couldn't understand why. And I told a bunch of people. I went to the doctors. I went to different doctors. They said, well, we don't know. We don't know what's wrong with it. We don't know why it's doing that. So a few days ago, I decided I'm going to stop carrying my phone in my left pocket, and I'm going to start carrying it in my right pocket. And sure enough, after about 2 days, I started getting feeling on my left leg again. This cell phone, their antennas used to be on the very top where because you would hold it like this. The antenna was here. But then people started getting tumors on their ears or behind their ears. And nobody knew why. Well, it was the cell phones that were causing those tumors. And so then the cell phone industry decided, well, we'll move the antenna to the bottom part. And that way it'll be away from the ear. So now I see kids doing this. So now they're putting it up to their head, right to their face. So anyway, my sister, and Tyrone has this terrible habit also. My sister had this habit where she would keep her phone on her stomach like this, and she would text and look at stuff and stuff like that. My sister died of colon cancer, or intestinal cancer. So I don't know if the cell phone was what caused it, but I don't want to find out, too late. So anyway, folks, you got to look into this. Stop carrying your cell phones in your pockets. Stop doing this to your cell phone, because now you've got that very strong antenna connection right there. Let's see, what else have I got? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I'm mentioning this, but I mention it to somebody out there who needs to hear this. A friend of mine named Rudy told me this a long time ago. Rudy was a DJ here in the Austin area. And Rudy told me one day, I was complaining about something that somebody wanted to come over, and he said, gee, no is a complete sentence. Just say no. And, if people want, oh, can I borrow your car? No. Can I borrow, $50? No. Can I borrow, some drugs? Yes. But no is a complete sentence. So just remember that. And it's best to just say no. It's over. That's it. It's cut. It's over. No. So no is a complete sentence. I do want to mention Andy. I know you're watching in Hawaii. I love you. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you when you came to visit, but I wasn't doing too well. I was in and out of the hospital. So anyway, let's see. I know I'm being rushed here, so I'm trying to see what else we can talk about here. Huh? Is that it? Oh, is Tyrone rushing me? This, huh?
You're good. Just try to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. This is something that somebody told me, or they didn't tell me, but they said something that kind of made sense to me. Do you know why old people go to bed early? The reason old people go to bed early is because they hurt. And if they go to bed, they go to sleep, they don't hurt. And so the earlier they go to bed, then the hurt stops. So if you ever wonder why old people go to bed early, that's why, because they're in pain. Just something that came to my brain. My son's, I didn't make the Halloween show. Tyrone ended up hosting the Halloween show. I just was not feeling good, and it wasn't safe for me to be on the road, and so Tyrone ended up taking over. But I wanted to mention, or I wanted to say happy birthday to one of my sons, Johnny. His birthday was on October 28th. And I just want to say happy birthday, Johnny. I love you, and I'm glad that that you're with us. And we need to go. We need to go have a drink. We need to go have a margarita, or some food somewhere. Let's go hang out, man. Happy birthday to you. So there you go, Johnny. I love you. Happy birthday. I hope it was a great birthday. I'm sorry I wasn't able to hang out because, again, I was sick. I'm still at the point right now where I'm getting over the sickness. But all right. So we're going to go to a quick commercial, and then we're going to introduce you to our guest tonight. So stay tuned, man. Don't leave us. It's going to get better.
One word to describe the benefit of public access would be community.
It's for the community, by the community.
Community. I love to come by and see the new gear. It's got red cameras. We got Sony FX9s now. It's insane. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's up in New York. He's like, dude, there's nothing compared to what you have in Austin.
To be a part of this is exciting. The role that public access played in hip-hop, we were able to bring hip-hop to Austin.
The fact that you can still use hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. If you want to put everything into it, you can get a lot out of it. To take your ideas, take them worldwide now.
Something. Most of us are retail and food service at the moment.
Yeah.
Something. Standing up too long and doing up and down things. And something. You should stop doing that and take different jobs.
Are we on? Oh, hell yeah. Hi, kids. We're back. Is that what was that? Was that scary movie? Psycho? No, not Psycho. I'm back, or they're back, or something like that. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but
Oh.
I believe you.
I'm writing my friend Mark
Take your time. We got time.
to tell him to go to the website.
Which website?
Our website. Oh, our website, Duh Big Daddy G. If you have anybody that wants to watch the show and they're not in the Austin area, please go to our website, DuhBigDaddyG.com, and go to Duh Watch, and you can see the show. There's like a 6-second delay on that website thing. Anyway, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob How do you pronounce what I said?
No, I want to see what you got.
Oh no, all I got is something Insky.
Keep going. I want to see what my last name is.
Kaminsky, Kabalinski. Are you Polish? Have I asked?
I'm mostly Lithuanian.
Lithuanian.
What are you? I don't
I'm
even know.
Lithuanian already. Half German, half Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and Mexicans are actually Native Americans. They just called Mexicans because they live in a country called Mexico. So, but they're Native Americans. So anyway, Rob, how are you, sir?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I have nothing at all to talk about. So,
Well, you
I
have
thought we'd
a
just sit on this couch and just listen.
and just listen and
watch you
let's have a
text
good time.
people and-
Hell yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I was telling you earlier that we decided we want to go ahead and do a show about people, everyday people, and things, struggles that they go through, and so that you that are watching can see that you're not the only one going through the same thing. So this is Rob
Kuzminski.
Kaminsky. Say it again.
So think about it like this: like if you had a cousin, so Cuz, and your cousin's name was Mickey.
Mickey.
So it's Kuzmicky.
Kuzmicky.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
not too
go.
bad, right?
That's not bad at all. Kaminsky.
Your last name's
Kaminsky.
a little easier to pronounce because it's G.
Yeah, that's my name, G.
You know, and I love it. Is your first name Duh?
No, did you know the reason it's Duh is because there's a guy in Canada called Big Daddy G.
Okay.
And he started giving us hard time. And so another friend of mine, I can't remember his name, but another friend of mine said, well, why don't you just put Duh in front of it? And so we did that, and then that was it. No more issues.
What is this Big Daddy G like? What is his deal? Does he have a TV show like this?
He's a like a blues musician up in
Okay.
Canada or something like that. Seems like a really nice guy, and he's got a nice voice.
You should collaborate with him.
Well, that would be cool. Let's bring him down here and have him play for us.
Yeah.
I'll wait till we get to the big studio.
When you found out there was another Big Daddy G, did you think about changing your name for a second, like to like Father G or like Large Father G?
Well, I wasn't going to change it. I was going to, if he wanted to, to mess with me, then let's do it, man.
Did he contact you?
I have attorneys.
He contacted your attorney and said you cannot call yourself Big Daddy
No,
G.
he contacted us.
Okay.
Like he emailed us, and I'm a fighter.
Right,
I'm not going to let anybody push me around. I'm
Right.
not, especially if I'm not doing anything wrong. If I'm doing something wrong, point it out. I will fix it.
Which one came first? Was it you or him?
I think him.
Okay.
I think, but just by putting the word "duh" in front of it, that solved the whole problem.
Nice.
The thing is, in Chinese, "duh" means big.
Okay.
So big Daddy G.
I like that.
So somebody, a Chinese friend, told me that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
But-
I like that.
So Rob, you're not from Austin.
No.
Where are you from?
Tallville.
Tallville?
No, I'm from Chicago, the Windy City.
Nice. I think I've told you before that I've been to the Sears Tower. I took the elevator up to the top and had a really, really good time up there.
Was it scary?
It's high. It's really high up there. I'm sure there's other buildings that are taller than that now. But,
Probably, yeah.
I think Tyrone's trying to give us a hint about this pop-up market.
Yeah,
So tell me about this pop-up market.
I throw a market. It's like 40-something vendors. I book all of them, hire a DJ, have a space. We all set up. It's all small businesses, small shops. So it's pretty awesome. It's just like, I didn't intend to get into this as far as like throwing markets and stuff like that. It's not really my background or anything like that. But it's been awesome. Like I built a little community of people that all look out for each other, and they're all
Nice.
small shops, and I'm watching them grow and succeed in business and push their businesses as far as they can. And the people that I book, I don't have like an application process, so it's all like people that I meet or referred to me. So pretty much any booth you go into, there's going to be like a really nice person with really good stuff. So I really want like a nice little community of people, and it's been really fun. It's been fun to watch these businesses grow and see the same people come to markets, and it's good music. It's just good vibes. It's really
Nice.
it's just a good time.
Nice. I think it's awesome that that you're bringing all these people together, and they are sharing. A lot of them are sharing their talent, because they create stuff.
Absolutely.
Whether do we have any pictures of any of the past markets that you've done?
I honestly
There
don't
might be
know.
some online, Tyrone, if you could find some pictures. But tell me, like, give us an idea as to, like, let's say, what what kind of artwork do you want there, or what kind of people are you looking for?
So it's a lot of like, there's vintage clothing, there's like antiques, like all kinds of different kinds of antiques.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists there. There's people selling jewelry, like handmade jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like small shops.
Yeah.
But I really don't have like something that I'm looking for. I try to book people, I think, where people would enjoy their stuff and also
Right.
enjoy experiencing, meeting them and being around them. So, but yeah, it varies. Like I've had palm readers there. I've had.
Oh, nice.
I usually try and get some charities involved, but it's been a little more difficult these days for whatever reason. They're not doing as much stuff these days. But I've had like a senior citizen group that came, and their organization. They pick up senior citizens and get them out of their house and drive them places to like
Nice.
just get them out into the world.
Yeah.
And I've had dog adoptions. I've had like a lot of registered for, to vote organizations have been set up there. And
Nice.
it's been a really positive experience to be able to do that.
I actually have to sign up to register again. I think they do it for you when you sign up for your driver's license in Texas.
Yeah.
But I think I just found my voting card, and it's supposed to expire in December, so it's coming up. So I need to get another one.
Yeah.
But have you ever had to turn anybody away? I mean, have you ever turned
Yeah.
like they wanted to sell something that you thought not a good idea?
Not
or-
really that, but
Okay.
I get a lot of messages and people approaching me that would like to do the market, and I just add them to like a list, and if I can work them in, I will. But it's been pretty much specifically, and a lot of times I am able to, but. It's been mostly just recommendations and people I meet. So like if I am out and about and I meet somebody and they tell me they have a small shop, then they'll come do my market. So
Nice.
it's like that kind of stuff. But I don't like to turn people down. I try and work as many people as I can in. So what Tyrone's showing right now is really interesting. So I bought, so basically what I do is, not beside throwing markets, I travel around and I buy things. So I buy like clothing, I buy antiques, I buy like a lot of weird stuff. And this is a couple of the weird pieces I bought. So
nice.
there was 2 6-foot McDonald's paintings from the 1970s that I bought.
Wow.
And I was approached by this person who has the world's largest McDonald's collection. And he invited me to his museum, which is in Georgetown. And he had a camera crew
Wow.
with him, and his camera crew was following him and filming like a docuseries
Yeah.
about him and his McDonald's collection.
Wow.
And the day after I was there, he went on a McDonald's buy-in trip. He went to like 9 different McDonald's collectors' houses to purchase their collections and stuff. But I was in his house for 4 hours just looking at McDonald's stuff and hearing about McDonald's, and it was just really like maybe a little too much McDonald's for me to handle. But yeah, just little stuff I find here and there. Like it's part of the fun, like meeting people, experiencing it, like seeing what they have available, and getting it to someone who really enjoys it.
Now, are you you said you have 40 people that are participating?
Yeah.
Are you limiting it to 40, or are you going to go to 45, or are you going to?
There really isn't room for more. I
okay.
keep kind of like making space for more people, but there
Yeah.
really isn't. Like there's a giant dumpster that it's massive, and I'm just constantly like moving it to
Yeah.
try and make room. But it's pretty much the max of what I think I could fit in there. But I'd love to. I mean,
Yeah.
like honestly, that's the thing too. Like the more businesses you have, imagine you're splitting everybody's sales among 40 people,
Yeah.
and then you make room for 20 more. So then you're splitting all the sales between 60 people. So that's
I see. What
it's
you
much
mean.
more difficult
Yeah.
to be profitable for businesses in that kind of scenario.
Well, a long time ago, I don't know if it's still there or not, but on North Lamar, just north of Rutland on North Lamar, there's this huge building. And if you're going north on Lamar, it's on the right-hand side, and they have like a flea market in
Yeah.
there. Or they used to. I don't know what they do now. It used to be wrestling. And then they went from wrestling to becoming like a bunch of little shops, in that place. I don't know if they're still there or not, but
I don't know.
but it's a really neat idea, and people come in and people hang out and people meet other people, and
Yeah.
then people get married because they met them at their,
Yeah, absolutely.
that type thing.
I hear about that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
The cool thing is like people show up at my market and they'll be like, "Hey, I want you to meet my dog I adopted at your market."
Aww.
I meet a lot of dogs that were adopted at my
That's
my
so
market,
sweet.
so
That's
it's been
so
pretty
sweet.
cool. But yeah, these are some of the people that set up. There's a DJ there.
Oh, there's the DJ.
Tropicana Joe, he's incredible. Just a lot of different types of small shops and the things they sell. We're really going deep in my Instagram here, Tyrone. This is a lot going on here.
Yeah,
But,
Tyrone, we better not. Don't show about the naked armadillos. We don't want to scare anybody.
I mean, we might want to see a naked armadillo.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not speak for everybody.
yeah.
here.
Well, I just don't want pornography, armadillo pornography on the show.
I was going to say that, Tyrone, if you could throw that poster up one more time, I wanted to say something. If he's listening. I hear him, there's a commotion in there.
Yeah, Tyrone, can you put his flyer back on, or his poster back on?
Excuse me.
Anyway,
They're working on it.
they're doing something.
Okay. Well, we'll see when
I was
we
going to
finally
say
get it.
that it's like oh, there we go. So that poster is
Okay.
designed by a guy you should have on your show. He's incredible. His name is Alan LaFuente, and he does a bunch of different art. He designs all my posters.
Oh, nice.
And he sets up with the market too, and he sells his ceramics and his art. So if you're on Instagram, look up Alan LaFuente Art Shack and give him a follow. He makes some really cool stuff. And for the holidays, he's doing like pet portraits on little ceramic dishes and things like that.
Wow.
He makes really cool stuff. But my posters all have like kind of a unique look to them because they're all designed by the same artist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that the other day. I was going to come and help you, but I ended up getting sick again. I ended up in the hospital and with the shingles thing.
I'd like you to say the Instagram again.
Oh, sure. Instagram. So there's a couple. I'll tell you real quick. One of them is my vintage business. It's Lonesome Wolf Vintage, and then the market is North Loop Pop Up. So you can look up either one of them and find them on the Instagram.
Nice.
But you were saying, I'm so sorry.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I got sick, so I wasn't able to come and help you. I've been wanting to go because I have all this money and nothing to do with it. So I thought I'm going to go spend some money at Rob's thing.
You have all this money and you don't have to do with it?
And nothing to do with it. Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something. No matter how much money you have, if you get the shingles in the hospital, they don't care how much money you have. You're in pain. So I'm telling you, get your shingle shot. I'm sorry I brought that back up, but that's the reason why I haven't been able to go and see you. But you know what I think we should do is we should go have breakfast again at Jim's.
So
Jim's restaurant.
I have to tell everybody, if you go have breakfast with this guy and Tyrone, they make, you know that server, right? That poor server.
Oh yeah, Mario. Yeah.
Oh my God, poor Mario and what you did to him.
Yeah. Mario at Jim's on 183 in Austin, Texas.
That
183 in Burnett Road area.
That poor man.
I know. I love Mario. He's my friend. I've known him for probably 30, 40 years. Super nice guy.
That's definitely not the vibe I got, that he was your friend.
Yeah, really?
No, I thought you guys were...
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
No, we're really good friends. I had written him a note on his, you know how waiters have little pads? So I wrote him a note on the pad. I said, give me your pad and give me your pen. And I wrote on there, nose hair clipper. And I didn't want to say it in front of everybody. So I wrote it down on his little notepad and then gave it back to him. And you know, because he's my friend, you know. And if it was the shoe was on the other foot, I'd want him to tell me the same thing, you know. Hey, you know, take care of this.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, Mario, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Mario at Jim's restaurant on 183. Hey, Tyrone, can you?
That's my friend Alan LaFuente. He's awesome.
Hi, Alan. Tyrone, can you look up Suga's Cakery?
Lonesome Wolf Vintage. Bought a mystery box here. Unboxings I know are pretty popular, so I thought we would unbox this box I just bought. Never opened it. I have a pretty good feeling what's inside it based on what's on the box. Let's take a look. Trolls sold. Oh mama. Let's dig right in and meet the crew. This troll wants to suck my blood, but I really don't mind because he's adorable. What's up with this troll? What is he? Like lived a long life and has a lot of wisdom and will teach me many things? I'm very proud of you. You graduated kindergarten.
Thanks, big bro.
This troll's name is Chloris, celebrating her 61st birthday today. Please leave a happy birthday in the comments. Thanks. These 3 trolls are making a pact to try and lose their virginity before the end of high school. This troll says he's the #1 golfer in the world, but he can't even hold his club right. This troll, he keeps his AC on 60. This troll is a painter by trade, and they mostly paint the Love Is couple on old garages. This troll's breath smells like cat food because they kiss their cat too much.
Hey, it's Rob from Lonesome Wolf Vintage. Bought a mystery box here.
I would enjoy.
Yeah.
Unboxings I know are pretty popular, so I thought we would unbox this box I just bought. Never opened it.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
We're in Leander.
it's a great place. Like if you have like a guest in town and you're like, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So you can get coffee, a slice of pizza, and some like a donut or cookies. Like we always have food vendors, so there's usually like one that has some sort of food, like pizza or chicken or something.
Yeah.
And then there's one that has like all kinds of like desserts and things like that. And then there's a coffee vendor, plants, like pretty much any small shop you could think of. There's one there for you to check out. So it's a good place to like bring a person who's in town. You're like, hey, we'll get a cup of coffee and walk around a little bit and see some nice people, eat some nice stuff.
And you got plenty of parking?
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a
Awesome.
lot of free parking in the area. The North Loop area is pretty hot.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys are around, there's a really cool block party on Saturday that I'll be selling at as well. It's outside of Room Service Vintage. Have you run the Room Service?
You never take me anywhere. How would I know where it is?
Just keep getting closer.
Getting closer. Closer! Oh, look at your pores.
I know, what the fuck?
You don't cuss.
I didn't, that was not a swear word. That was me saying the word.
He said flunk.
I flunked out of school when I was
Yeah, he said flunk.
35.
So, how long have you been doing the market?
A couple years. I booked like probably like 1,400 people at this point.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of small shops. In Chicago, I had a pretty strong support system of people who were there to help me. And here, I know even more people, and I've been here like 8 years.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty cool because I've like branched out to other things too. Like I've been getting weird offers lately. So like I hosted a corn on the cob eating contest.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hosted a fashion show. Just like random little things that I'm getting like invitations to do more, which is what I did in Chicago. Like there are a lot of weird, anything that somebody had that was weird, they would just invite me to it and I would just go. So here in Austin, I feel like this isn't a very weird town.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of buzz as it's a weird town, but it really isn't a weird town. But I'm kind of finding little pockets that make it kind of fun and has some weird elements, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know how to ask this question, so I'll just ask it right out. Are you a hoarder?
My wife would say I'm a hoarder.
I'm going to talk to her about that.
I'm a collector, but I don't really
Yeah.
collect. The only thing I collect are ceramic ETs, like little statues of ET.
Really?
But most of the stuff I purchase, I'm looking to sell it. So
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm not looking to. And also, I've been in a lot of hoarder houses. So I've been in a lot of situations where I've dug through boxes and been through people's homes where it was just like, the smells and the things you see, it makes you not want to have a lot of stuff. So I've been on that side of it too. So I definitely don't want a lot of things.
Yeah. Nice. Well, like, is your garage packed?
Again, if my wife was here, she would give you a high five for that one. Because my garage is pretty packed and I have a storage unit that's pretty packed. But it's what I do for a living. Like I buy and sell stuff and that's kind of how it goes. But
well, be
of the purest form.
Yes.
Be careful with that because I have a friend named Sue that I don't know how many storage units she has now, but at one time she had 7 storage units, and she has a bunch of rental houses, and the rental houses, the people can only rent the house, not the garage, because she has it packed with stuff.
Yeah, I've definitely been in places like that.
Yeah.
But that's actually part of the fun too. Like honestly, like what I do for a living, if I just cared about money exclusively, I would operate in a much different fashion where these markets, I wouldn't curate it. I would just like book the first 40 people that come to me. I would
Yeah.
charge way more money. I would do all this stuff. And even like when I go and I purchase things from people, like I say yes to everything. So I wind up in people's attics and their basements and their homes. Like
Wow.
I get all these weird invitations, and I wind up in some pretty scary situations, quite honestly. I was in this one time, I was in this guy's hotel room. His name was the Reverend. And the Reverend's girlfriend was trying to sell me stuff that she told me she stole off her grandmother. And they were circling me, and they were very terrifying, and they were shaking. So you get in the Reverend's house once in a while, but then
Yeah.
I'll wind up in somebody's home and I'll see something really cool. Like a lot of my friends who do this, sometimes they'll just like, all right, nothing here, I'm gonna go home. But me, I just like people, so I'll start talking to them and learn about them, and they'll invite me in their homes, and I get to see what they have, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful things. Like I went in this one person's home one time, and they were talking to me, and they were telling me stories about their stuff and their life, and they were like, I'm like, wait a second, I don't mean to interrupt you, but what is that? And they're like, it's a giant life-sized Willie Nelson head that we made.
Wow.
And I was like, what's that about? He goes, it's a bong, and the only way to smoke it is to kiss Willie Nelson.
Wow.
So their next door neighbor was a Willie Nelson impersonator named Billy Nelson,
Yeah.
who showed up and smoked this bong by kissing Willie Nelson.
Wow.
It was surreal. So like, I think I say yes to everything. I enjoy the different experiences that you can have doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun to say yes, and then it doesn't work out 80% of the time, but the
Yeah.
20% of the time it works out. It's pretty cool. And honestly, if I really like made it like an hourly wage of the
Yeah.
time I spend on this kind of stuff, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. Like
Yeah.
you really have to love it, and I do. So it's been cool to
Well,
be able
that's
to do
cool.
it.
Well, are you making a living being able to do this?
Yeah. I've had a lot of corporate gigs before this that were just like, there's me hosting a corn on the cob eating contest.
Yeah, I was gonna try to go to that, but I wasn't feeling well.
The person who won had 5 of the cleanest cobs I've ever seen
Really?
in my life. Not a single kernel on it. They just destroyed that corn. But there's some people eating some corn on the cob.
Dude, I wanted to go. I was trying to get Tyrone to go because I wanted to get in the contest.
Yeah, those people are really into corn. Way
Yeah.
more than me.
I love corn. And my doctor told me I was allergic to it.
Was he right?
I don't care.
You just love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it anyway, and I don't care.
Well, it's fun. I interviewed all these people beforehand and got to talk to them about what they, love about corn. And there was a little girl that was in the contest, and the first prize was like a $100 gift card and a bottle of whiskey.
Oh wow.
So I was like, this little girl's not going to win this bottle
Well,
of whiskey. But
I would have taken the bottle of whiskey
it's
to
really
help
nice.
out.
Yeah. Well, this little girl, I said to her, I'm like, what's your name? And she told me her name. I'm like, are you going to win tonight? And she's like, definitely. And the crowd started cheering. And I was like,
Nice.
yeah. So
Nice.
I mean, yeah, I think the stuff that I'm up to is just, it's nice. Like I said, I had a lot of corporate gigs, and I feel like those were more like not much of a balance between people and profit. It was just all about profit.
Yeah.
And they just let you know how little they care about you at these places. And it's
Yeah.
just like, everyone I know who works one of these gigs is like just depressed and angry or bitter or sad. It's like, it's just a really difficult, profession to have. So over time, I like decided to make a change and got into this world. I think I told you about how I
Yeah.
got into that. Yeah.
Well, there's a place in Bastrop, on downtown Bastrop. It's next to a restaurant called Papa's, Pawpas or something like that. And the restaurant is so popular that when they close, the city goes ahead and just closes down that part of the town because there's no reason to go there because the restaurant's closed. So, but right next to Papa's, there's a bunch of little shops also doing basically the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And really, really nice. Oh, dude, the food is amazing.
Take me. I'll go.
Oh, it's amazing. Let me know when you want to go. We'll go.
Yeah.
They're closed Mondays. And hey, Tyrone, can you find a poster for Suga's Cakery? Because she just got her, I guess she got her air conditioning fixed in the building, and now she's able to bake again. And she's a friend of the show's, and her name is Patricia, and super, super sweet lady. And guys, I am not kidding when I tell you this. Her cakes, she makes my birthday cakes.
That's good. What kind of cake do you get?
German chocolate's my favorite. Dude, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but there she is right there. And she has a little girl. And she's starting. She started this business a couple of years ago, and she's been on the show a couple of times with us. And dude, she is just amazing, you know. And she's a Pisces, in case anybody's interested. She's a Pisces, and her name is Patricia, and super, super nice lady.
I like cake.
Oh, I love hot cake.
You ever write on a cake with the frosting?
She put my face
Really?
on the
Was your hat
frost.
crooked in it?
I don't think, is my hat crooked now? It looks a little crooked.
No.
Okay.
But
let's ask. I wanted to ask a little bit more about you. I've noticed you have a scar on your forehead.
Jesus Christ. I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a scar there.
What is this show?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Do you see a scar on his forehead?
I don't know.
Do you remember?
Look like lines.
Well, do you remember? Do you remember how you got it?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about. This
You have
is news to me.
You have look. Can I? You have a scar right here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a rough and tumble guy, so
Yeah.
I probably fell down a flight of stairs or wrestled somebody or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I have a scar like right here.
Okay.
And it's about that long. Can I? They're trying to do a close up of your scar. I have a scar on my belly here.
I mean it. I'll walk.
And
You've only got 13 minutes left, bro.
yeah,
Relax.
they're laughing. They're laughing in the control room. But no idea where the scar came from.
Really?
But
It just appeared?
But it looks like a surgical scar, like a laser cut type thing. So we're trying to figure out. I asked my mom; she doesn't know. I also have a scar right here above my eye that nobody knows. I remember how it happened, but nobody remembers how it happened, or that it even happened. Well, how the hell did I get the scar? You know. So, but anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about Rob. So you're married, and you have a kid.
I do.
And what's your kid's name?
His name's Bruce.
And the reason you named him Bruce?
So I had a tech job that was brutal, and it was killing me. And I took a leave of absence from a job I was at. My doctor was like, "They'll probably fire you, but if you stay at this job, you'll die. So let's get you out of there." So I took a leave of absence, and I was trying to kind of just take time for me and feel comfortable again.
Yeah.
Because these jobs, I don't know if you've ever had a job like that, but it's like a situation where you have a weekend and you're like, it's just 2 days before I have to go back to this job again, and you're just, it's a brutal feeling to have stuff like that. So I was like, I've always wanted to meet the horror hostess Elvira.
Yeah.
And she was going to be in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I told my wife I was just going to go. And she's like, "By yourself?" I'm like, "I think so." And she's like, "When?" I'm like, "I think tomorrow." She's like, "You're just going to go to Santa Fe by yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So the next day she was like, "Please don't go to Santa Fe, New Mexico by yourself, but will you be here when I get back?" And I go, "I don't know." So I packed a light bag and I drove to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I decided I wanted to listen to an artist who I didn't listen to a lot of. I'm like, well, I'll discover a catalog of an artist who's been around a while. So I listened to a lot of Bruce Springsteen, and I drove through the desert. And I really had a great experience, and I met Elvira. She was lovely, and then I recorded a video to myself, and I told myself, when I get back, you're going to leave this job, and you're going to do the things you love to do again, and you're going to see this video whenever you feel like you can't do stuff, and it's going to push you to do the things you enjoy to do. And then my wife and I, she got pregnant, we were getting ready to have a baby, and she was like, "What do you want to name this baby?" And I was like, "I kind of want to name him Bruce," because I feel like it was a really important period for me where honestly what people feel when they're depressed, it's really brutal, and that's how I felt all the time. So to feel like I discovered myself and put myself back into a position, like a couple years ago, if you had told me I'd be throwing markets and walking around them with my son, it would have sounded insane to me. So it's like a whole thing where it was really like a beautiful experience to be able to bounce back and get myself into a position where I could feel good again.
Nice. But Bruce Springsteen, so he named this kid after Bruce Springsteen, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. It's funny, the hospital, they came up to me after we filled the birth certificate and stuff, and they were like, we just want to say like thank you for naming him Bruce because he's the first one we've had in 12 years, and they said that they get the same 12 names all day long.
Wow.
So they get Owen and Liam and whatever, Oliver, I can't remember, Henry. There's like the same 12 names on
Yeah.
repeat. And then they were showing me like a book, and the like if you ranked all the baby names, Bruce was ranked 691st.
Wow.
So it's not a very common
Yeah.
name these days, but I guess back in the day it's more classic. And
Yeah.
but
Would have been it would have been a toss-up of who you named it after. It's either Bruce Springsteen or Bruce Wayne, right?
there's a lot of
Yeah.
Bruces out there. There's Bruce
Yeah.
Lee. But could you imagine if I listened to Lionel Richie the whole car ride? My son Lionel and me
Lionel.
hanging out, dancing
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
What if you named him Tyrone Demetrius?
Oh, that's a fine
Yeah.
name.
That's a fine name for a white guy. Tyrone Demetrius.
When I got out here, you were doing some dancing. We should do some dancing, I
Yeah.
think, right? Should you like to dance?
Did you say dance?
Yeah, you like to dance, right?
Oh, yeah, dude, but I'm kind of medicated right now.
Well, let me ask you a question.
So, yeah.
We'll do it at the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time. The best dancer that's ever lived on the count of three. We're going to say it at the same time, and I think our answers are going to be the same.
That's ever lived?
Yes, ready? One, two, three. Corey Feldman.
No.
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 Who's yours?
I can't remember his name, but I'm singing in the rain, just singing
Gene
in the
Kelly,
rain.
right?
Gene, is that Gene Kelly?
I think so. I don't know.
Gene Kelly.
Tyrone
him
with
and
the Google.
Gene Kelly or Fred Astaire.
Oh, Fred Astaire, of
yeah,
course, yeah.
Those are the things. Now, Corey Feldman, I've been a fan of Corey Feldman since I was a kid.
I saw him live recently. Play
Yeah,
music.
I heard that you went to see him. He did a show here or something.
Played for 2.5 hours. He has a lot of moves where he gets too hot.
Yeah.
So he fans himself off.
Yeah.
You know, like he did a lot of like Michael Jackson type stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an entertaining show for sure.
Yeah.
But he's the first name I thought of. But I was thinking when I came out here that I saw you dancing before the show, and I'm like, we should all be dancing. Oh, look at this.
It is Gene Kelly.
Yeah, Gene. I'm singing in the rain.
Oh, it's syncing up perfectly
just
to it.
Singing in the rain.
Yeah.
What a
almost like you like that movie or something.
glorious feeling. I'm happy again. You know, there were actually a drought in California. And so the city only gave them 50,000 gallons of water that they could use, and they had to reuse it. And so when they shot this, they could only do it a certain amount of times, and I think they only did it 3 times. They did the whole scene 3 times. I always thought it'd be kind of cool to do the same thing, but down on the drag.
Yeah.
You know, but film it and stop traffic, and you know, I always thought it'd be kind of cool.
There was, so I will tell you, I went to this one guy's place one time, and he said he couldn't let me inside this warehouse he had because of insurance reasons.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to come inside, so he showed it to me, and he had all these like stairwells and different things from Elvis movies, and there was this really cool like. It was dangerous. Like I climbed up on it. It was like super scary. But I want to say it was from like Heartbreak Hotel or something. But it was just really cool looking, like stairwell set from the movie. That was.
Well, anything Elvis sells.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true.
there was a guy. I actually subscribed to his channel on YouTube. He bought an old Elvis airplane for $230,000. Had no engines. You know, so basically he just bought a big paperweight. But it belonged to Elvis. I mean, in the paperwork and everything, he signed for it and everything. So he mortgaged his house, and trying to figure out what am I going to do with this thing, you know, because he thought, you know, that it'd be worth a lot of money, but it was going to cost $5 million to get engines on it and get it back to be able to fly. So instead, what he did, he took the wings, he improvised, he adapted, and he overcame. He took the wings and he cut little sections of the wing out, and he put them on plaques, and he was selling them for like $5,000. And he's sold thousands of them.
Yeah.
You know, and the smaller ones are like $400 or $500, but if you want a good chunk for your man cave, you know, it's like $4,000 or $5,000.
Are your glasses Elvis glasses, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're
you-
Elvis. They're Elvis pimping glasses.
Are you an Elvis fan? You're Elvis
Love
Sunglasses
me
fan?
tender, love me true. Yes, I'm a big Elvis fan. Have always been there. That's the airplane. 238,000 or something like that.
I wouldn't pay over 236.
Yeah, that's the guy. And I don't know, man. Anyway, he's almost made his money back just from selling little pieces of the wings.
Yeah.
And now he's
This
turning
is the
it
first
into
time
a
I'm seeing it
like an RV.
live in person.
And he's
I've
going
seen it on
to
a
put it
couple
on a
of other
frame,
YouTube videos,
and he's going to
and,
take it all over the
gotta
country and
tell
let
you, in
people
real
get in
life,
the plane, and for I guess 10, 20 bucks,
Yeah.
you get to sit in Elvis's plane. So, yeah, that's the plane there.
There was, that reminds me of, I don't know how, but somebody contacted me one time and they said that they saw that I sold some Dolly Parton stuff and they wanted to talk to me about that because they were in the woods in Memphis, I think, or Nashville, I can't remember. But they were somewhere in Tennessee, and they came across this abandoned cabin, and they went inside, and it was full of Dolly Parton's wigs, her dresses, like all these old country satin jackets. There was this really cool Jerry Lee Lewis one, and on the back it said The Killer. And he had this awesome stuff. It was the coolest stuff I've ever seen. And they sent me all these videos of the wigs and the dresses and everything, and they're like, what do you think this stuff is worth? And I'm like, this stuff is like, it's incredible. So they contacted Dolly Parton, and they're like, we found all this stuff. And it wound up being like her cousin or somebody that worked for her, and they just like abandoned this cabin, and she didn't want it back. But then there was a divorce, and he lost all this stuff, so I didn't get to be around it. But it was cool to hear their story and see it. So there's still stuff like that happens where like there's, think of how much undiscovered stuff is around the place that's interesting and like, has historical value around that people just don't know is even there.
Exactly.
Like we were talking about giant skeletons the last time I was here.
Yes, last time we were here, we were talking about giant skeletons that were found at the Grand Canyon in a cave. They're actually like mummified, and we talked about going. I'm willing to go. Excuse me. I'm willing to go, but they have blocked off the cave. So, but that's never stopped us before.
Yeah, for sure.
Tyrone, how much time do we have?
About a minute and a half.
About a minute and a half? Okay. So kids, again, this is Rob, and he does a marketplace here in the Austin area, Austin, Texas. If you'll notice somewhere around here it says Austin.
Yeah.
Right by the duck.
Yeah, and I'm going to try next week, I'm going to try to bring my feral cats in so that you guys can meet my kitties.
Do they allow animals in here?
Yes, Tyrone's in here. So yeah, they allow animals in here. Yeah, they're really, really cute cats, and I want to bring them so that you guys can see.
What are their names?
Chewy is the male, and the female is Sarah or Sarita.
Where'd you come up with those names?
My dad's nickname was Chewy, and my mom's name is Sarah. So, I have ducks named. One of my ducks is named after my grandmother, and she's something else too, man. I wish I could bring her in here. Y'all would love her. What else do I have, Tyrone? I have ducks, dogs, cats. I think there's a giraffe on one of the properties. I think there's a giraffe. There's land that I don't even go to. It's like raw land. So you go there, you might end up finding a damn raccoon or a lion or something, like a bobcat. So yeah, they're out there, the coyotes and the bobcats and stuff.
Well, thanks for having me. And,
what's going on?
Wrap it up.
Okay. So thank you, kids. I guess that's it. We're done for this show for today. I'm sorry again that I missed Halloween. And Johnny, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny.
Come check out my scar at North Loop Pop-Up. What's
Happy birthday to you. I love you, mijo. Bye.
Oh my goodness.
Take a sip, take a rib. Once you live, just double click. It's It's the Big Daddy G Show. Daddy G Show. Daddy G Show. Now type it in, take it in. Where do I begin? He's really funny and he's not really thin. It's the Big Daddy G Show. G Show. Big Daddy G Show. G Show. He's a funny guy, I'm not gonna lie. He once made me laugh out both my eyes. It's the Big Daddy G Show. G Show. It's the Daddy G Show. G Show. Yeah. Now let's go. Now boy, what you know? Man, he made me laugh so hard I hit the floor. It's the Big Daddy G Show. G Show. It's the Daddy G Show. G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Yeah. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Yeah. Now what you know? It's the Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. He make you laugh so hard you hit the floor. What it is, it's the Big Daddy G Show.